Alright, so we're going to work escapes from here today from seatbelt position. So let's put seatbelt on. So from seatbelt, which is hands together, and then later on from double collar, which is the same as the seatbelt. Just got double collar there for me. Oh, which is the same as the seatbelt, just with his hands on my collars, okay, like so. We're going to start with the hands together first. So, first things first, guys. Whenever we get like in back control, our priority is not to make things worse. So there's two ways we can make things worse. One is to get submitted, and one is to escape to another bad position. So what I really want to get across everybody as well, especially if you're like thinking about back escapes as like anything other than back. It's not like that. So if you just escape to side control, or you still don't have your back, but you're still in trouble, right? Or if you escape to the mount, which is more common, which we'll deal with quite a bit later, right? So your first priority though is don't get submitted, all right? So very often you see people focus so much like on like escaping that the guy's sneaking his hand around the neck, and like before you know it, you're getting submitted, you know, without an opportunity to escape. So no escape can be very good if you're just tapping, okay? So hooks and your upper body are the two things that you want to get rid of. So if your opponent has hooks in, obviously that's like controlling your hips and your lower body. And if your opponent has seatbelt on or harness on, that's obviously controlling your upper body. All good? Yeah, work away, no problem. Cheers. See you later. So upper body and lower body control. The thing about the lower body control is like it's obviously difficult to get rid of, but I'm not going to get submitted by it, right? So it's not going to tap me. So my priority is the upper body because that's what's going to get my choke obviously on, or like the arm locks that can come from here as well. So priority upper body, and then after that we can worry about the lower body, okay? So first things first, hold it like a baseball bat, top hand, the one that's threatening. So the top hand is the threat. So we're going to try to get this position here. And what I'm actually looking for, I'm just going to turn to the side a little bit so you can see. So like from here, from like a realistic position, is my elbow out instead of my elbow in. Because here, like, there's no like push downwards away from my neck with the hand. So I'm actually going to stick my elbow up in the air. And again, most like rule 1 in Jiu Jitsu, hey, never let your elbow get separated from your body, except for all the times that you're going to get your elbow separated from your body, right? So from here, make sure my elbow's like really far out. Let's actually move forward a little bit. So that I'm like getting pushing down. So this one I'm going to get deep in here, and this one I'm going to like push out here. Okay? So you can see my elbows separated here. Is that good for everybody? Okay. So no matter what position I'm in, whether I'm like this is like the bad side, this is the side I really don't want to be down. Okay? Or whether I'm like the other way. That's what I want. Look here. Elbow kind of facing away. Drive his arm backwards, okay? If you fold your elbow like this, when he brings his hand up here, you've got like no resistance to getting that choke in. It's very easy, it's just gonna escape out your thumb. So, I'm gonna keep this here like this, okay? And the other hand's gonna come around here like this. What you really don't wanna see, unless the guy's nearly choking you, is this, okay? So this is like last ditch stuff here, like doing this chin up grip or pull up grip, here. Trying to get the hand away, and I'm always going to be trying to get back to that. Okay, so that's good, like choke defense on a one-on-one. Is 2-on-1 with the hand and making sure that it's down away from your neck. Okay, so very often, as soon as the guy puts the seatbelt on, people go like this and power through that there on. Easy. Okay, power through that there on. You can see the difference. Okay, so that's going to be our foot. Let's start seated. Okay, one of the rules is, he points the direction you're to go, but if you can never remember, like, which side should I go on? If this is his choking hand, he's pointing the way you should go, all right? It's an easy way of remembering. He's going, go this way, okay? He wants you on this side because the choke is easier for him over there. So what I'm gonna try to do is beat him with my head. So the first fight is gonna be with my head. If I even go this side, but he keeps his head under mine, you can see that it's a bit difficult for me to try and get any space here and to create any problems for him. So the first fight is going to be your head fight, getting your head down to the mat. Okay? And what I want to really make sure that everybody doesn't do, because even though it's tempting sometimes, is like to try and turn away this way. The second you start to like kind of face towards the mat or like any position like that, roll the way that he wants to go, that's when you're gonna have trouble, okay? So from here, when you get your head to the mat here, and beat it underneath his head, your job now is gonna get your flat of your back on the mat, and if possible, your near side shoulder, the shoulder closest to him, is gonna try to go to the mat too. And the best way to get this, guys, people ask me all the time, like, they do it, but like, it doesn't work, because they're like, I can't like wriggle my way down. I'm not gonna wriggle my way down, I'm gonna like shunt my way down really quick. So when he goes really tight, go tight there on. If I turn here like I'm gonna kind of grind down, it's not gonna work. So instead of that, what I'm gonna do is go like fast twist, okay? And you can see it almost like beating his hooks as well. I'm gonna do that. So instead of trying to like wriggle down, I'm gonna almost like shoot to the mat, like shrimping down to the mat. So first step, head fight, here, okay? Now I begin to like turn hard towards the mat. Getting my shoulders down. Try to keep your hooks in for just for a moment. You can see already that the hooks are difficult for him. Okay? At the moment, like, I've separated his hand with that motion, but let's say he keeps them together. He's got like a good tight grip. What we can do once we get down here is start to fish our other hand inside here like this now and push for that too. Okay? Makes sense to everybody, yeah? Alright, once that happens and I start to walk off his hook here like this, if like I feel confident that like his hook is already beaten and that like he's already pretty much escaped like here, I begin to just turn back on top, okay? Let's do that just for now, and then we'll figure out what happens when he starts to make different movements. So, number one, hurley grip, baseball bat grip, whatever you want to call it, elbow flared, head fight first, shake down to the mat. Here. If you break the connection, that's good. You can go from here now. If you don't, you can fish the hand inside, here, and use your two hands to punch clear. I keep moving away from him here like this. Let's assume he's just gonna pause here for now. I step my foot on the outside here like this, and now just gonna try to get back on top. Okay? So it's not very technical escape, the last bit. We're gonna go into more technique, but just like to give you the basics of the defense to start, yeah? Let's go, 3, 2, 1. If you just come around a bit of an angle. Everybody have enough of that, yeah? It's easy enough, okay? So, big hurley grip here, and that's for like, actually when he grabs my collar as well. So when he switches now to my collar and the far collar here like this is like a choke now immediately. If you don't defend this is like, he doesn't have to get like a better position here if they like put this on pretty quick. So same again, I'm gonna get inside here and I'm gonna flare this elbow. Now it's really important I get on this side. Very, very important. If I go to the other side, it's not over like, but it's fairly deep into like his submission. So from here, when I get down and get my head on the mat now, when he goes to try like put this on really hard, you can see that my head kind of creates like a barrier for him. You see that? So it stops him from like coming out here. The second thing is now, is as I start to move out, there's going to be a lot of pressure, particularly on this grip. Okay, from here. So as I start to move out now, this grip you can see is already like really taxed. Like it's finding really difficult to hold here. And I'm going to get my hips up. If he's still holding on here, he's got a long leg. For like a fraction of a second, we can take our hand and go on this side. Okay? Like this. And again, we're just going to focus now. We could spin up now. We could have a go at doing what we did earlier. We could like break the grip now, come back up on top. But now we're going to see what he does. 89% of the time, he's going to try and get on top. If we could just go here. Okay? In Jiu Jitsu. Competition Jiu-Jitsu, that's 4 points for the back, and then he gets on top, it's another 4 points to the mount. Then he gets you back again, you're 12 points down, right? So even if he doesn't get submission, he's gonna get like a lot of points, gotta score quite a bit. The other thing about it is, well, it's like frying pan into the fire, and a lot of times when somebody's on your back and you're nearly getting submitted, people are almost happy to accept the mount. And you can't be happy to accept the mount, it's not a good idea. It's like literally frying pan into the fire, it's literally like going from one bad position to another. And you've got like, if you anticipate what he's going to do, which is come on top, okay, then you're going to be able to get like a much better position. So if you remember, if you do the back control, escape really, really well, his reaction is going to be to come on top. So you've got like that prediction in your head. So like Mystic Meg, you can say, okay, I know what's going to happen next. So I'm going to go for my half guard, okay? So from here, he is going to be, again, head fight, get your head to the mat. Here. Sharp turns, and if he keeps the hook in for a fraction of a second, you can push it down and go here. But now I'm going to like think about putting his feet between here. I don't want him to have his foot wrapped over here. If he gets his foot wrapped over the far side, we can do something else in a minute, and I'm going to deal with that in a sec. But for now, I'm going to try and trap his foot here. Keep my hips off the ground. Now when he starts to come up, I'm going to go for the mount. I'm going to go on his knee. Come on. We're going to be able to get back to the half guard. Okay, so I'm going to anticipate his escape. Hopefully that angle's good, like when you're watching home, you have to. Let's see this side as well. So from here, everything the same. Oh, sorry, don't collar grip to me. Okay, I need to really, really respect the collar grips now because this is like a potential submission right now. He doesn't have to connect his hands, do anything else. Head to the mat. Fight my head underneath. Turn my down aggressively. From here now, keep this here. Step his foot to the outside. When he comes up now, keep your hips up. 2 hands to the knee now. Now. Start to come back for the half guard. Happy days? Let's give it a shot. 3, 2, 1. Just when we're going for just a couple of questions, like when it was coming up was, what about when the guy gets his knee to the mat? So this was like one of them was when I go here, I like shake out, I do everything right. But from here, he gets, even when I trap his foot, he gets his knee to the mat on the far side. Okay, here, he's able to put his knee down. If you think about this position here, like if I keep my good frames, this is potentially if he gets my back again, he could like retake my back. Do you know what I mean? So he could like take it from here. So this is just the knee elbow escape from your mount position here. So if you think about it that way, instead of thinking about him keeping the hook, think about, okay, that's just like my back escape. But prevention is better than cure. So instead of letting him get to knee to mat, I'm actually going to keep my hips up in the air. So just focus on this when you're doing it next time. So from here, as I go and I do everything like the same again, shrug down. When I go here, when he goes to put his knee on the mat, push knee on the mat. You can see that? Now I got the space to do what I want to do. So I'm not lying like this. Does that make sense, everybody? So let's do what happens when I'm not able to like get his foot between my legs and instead he's able to step over, right? So from here, put my head down, everything, again, I'm doing everything right, but he anticipates, he puts his foot over. Okay, and now like, I got like a different situation because like the mount when he comes up now will be really strong, but I still have to anticipate and like, still have to like keep my hips off the mat, everything the same. And even if he can put his foot on the mat, like if I'm smaller, because I'm tall, I can keep his foot clear here, but even if not, like he just touches his mat, I'm still gonna keep my hips up, okay? And now as he starts to come up, he's gotta release his grip to come up, okay? I'm gonna take my near side hand, and I'm gonna shoot underneath his leg, okay? And as that one comes up, I'm gonna like hammer some ball. Put him in the deep half, okay? If you haven't seen this position before, don't worry about it too much, because we're not actually gonna use it as a position, we're just gonna come straight up for the escape. I just wonder if maybe we turn this face off. You can see maybe my feet then. Okay, so from here, head to the mat, shrug, he steps over, a hand goes underneath his leg here like this. And what I'm going to do as he comes up is I'm going to start to walk until my leg is trapped. And from here, let's just keep going for today and come out the back door. Okay? We're not going to worry about the deep half guard position. It's a whole other show for another day, right? So he steps over, go. You just get to here, that's cool. And then just feel which way his weight is going. You either rock his legs this way or the other. I noticed from a couple of looks that we're going to have to watch do that again. That's okay. I'm coming around anyway. So, he comes up, you feel the space. Here, once you're here, your hands underneath, look the hip, go to his hip, and then just there. You just stay back for a second on. Watch my feet. Yeah, makes sense? Makes sense now? Okay. One more time, are you okay? Okay to go? Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Probably here. Okay, so 2 things. First of all, when I bring my shoulders and my back to the mat, my back on the mat is protecting my back. Does that make sense to you? So he wants to get behind me, but when my shoulders and my back are on the mat, he can't be behind me because the mat is behind me. Alright? Yeah? Okay. It's like standing with your back against the wall so that nobody can sneak up behind you. Okay? So from here, when we get here, I'm going to keep my back on the mat. So a couple of times when people are doing this, they're really just doing it correctly. They get it here, and what they really want to try to do is go like this, but when I do like that, he's going to sit up, just like take my back again, and go back. So, I'm going to keep my back on the mat, my shoulders on the mat, okay? Second thing, deep half guard 101. Help them go the way they want to go, okay? So, I'll explain what that means, right? So from here, when I bring my head down the mat, 1, 2, 3 here, look at my back stays on the mat. When he goes to try to go and step over, I trap underneath, and I walk my feet so that I get him back in the half guard. You see that? Yeah, okay. And when that one comes up now, I was going to come up, I'm going to stay here. So, right now, you can see the owner sitting back. So when I rock my knees, it's very easy for me to drop him over. But you might also want to come up like you go this way, and put some weight. That's the way I'm going to bring it. So when you come up, if you feel that they're sitting back, swing your knees, go back. If you feel that they're sitting forward, come forward. The second one in particular there is not very detailed, and I would teach it another way if I was teaching you in detail, deep half guard, but we're just priming you on that. Does that make sense there? So first things first, keep your back on the mat the whole time. Second thing, use the momentum, feel the way they're going and help them on their way, yeah? Good to go? Alright, let's go. 3, 2, 1. That's the drill, guys.